Imagine for a moment that the power goes out, not just for an hour, but for 3 days. Or perhaps a sudden storm keeps you trapped in your home, or a personal financial crisis hits and you can't afford groceries for a month. Most of the time, when we see prepping or emergency preparedness online, it's focused on expensive bunkers, high-end tactical gear, and multi-thousand-dollar solar arrays. This creates a dangerous misconception that safety is only for those with deep pockets. But the truth is, emergency preparedness is most critical for those living on a tight budget, because they are often the most vulnerable when systems fail. Today, we are stripping away the hype and focusing on the essentials. We are going to show you exactly how to build a robust, life-saving emergency plan and supply kit without breaking the bank. This is about common sense, resourcefulness, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can protect your family even if you only have a few extra dollars a week to spare. The first and most important step in preparing on a budget costs exactly $0. It is the development of a plan. Knowledge and coordination are more valuable than any piece of gear. You need to start by identifying the most likely risks in your specific area. Do you live in a flood zone? Are wildfires a seasonal threat? Or is your biggest risk a prolonged power outage during a freezing winter? Once you identify the what, you need to establish the how. Sit down with your household and determine 2 meeting places, one right outside your home for immediate emergencies like a fire, and one outside your neighborhood in case you can't return home. Write down every essential phone number on a physical piece of paper. In a real emergency, your phone battery might die or the cloud might be inaccessible. Having a physical emergency contact sheet is a free move that saves lives. Now, let's talk about the most vital resource for survival: water. The general rule is 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 3 to 7 days. If you buy pre-packaged cases of water, the costs add up quickly. Instead, start a water rotation system using containers you already have. Thoroughly clean out 2-liter soda bottles or juice jugs. Avoid milk cartons as the proteins can linger and grow bacteria. Fill these containers with tap water, add a tiny drop of unscented bleach if you are worried about long-term storage, and store them in a cool, dark place. This costs you nothing but a little time. Additionally, learn where your home's water shutoff valve is. If a pipe bursts or the city supply is contaminated, being able to isolate your system instantly is a form of preparedness that costs nothing. When it comes to food, the goal isn't to buy a 25-year bucket of freeze-dried astronaut meals. Those are incredibly expensive. Instead, use a method called deep pantry shopping. Every time you go to the grocery store, look for sales on items you already eat: canned beans, rice, pasta, peanut butter, and canned meats. If a can of tuna is on sale for $1, buy 2 instead of 1. By spending just $2 or $3 extra per trip, you will slowly build a stockpile of calories that you actually enjoy eating. Focus on nutrient-dense, shelf-stable foods. A large bag of white rice and a large bag of dried beans can provide weeks of basic nutrition for under $20. Remember to buy a manual can opener. A pantry full of cans is useless if the power is out and your electric opener doesn't work. Next, we must address the Go Bag or 72-hour kit. You don't need a high-end tactical backpack. An old-school bag or a sturdy duffel bag works perfectly. The contents should be a mix of items you already own. Pack a change of clothes, extra socks, a basic first aid kit, and copies of your important documents in a waterproof plastic bag. For lighting, skip the expensive lanterns and look at dollar store options. Modern LED flashlights found at discount stores are surprisingly bright and efficient. Just ensure you have a pack of extra batteries stored nearby. Another budget hack for warmth is the Mylar emergency blanket. These often cost less than $1 each, are the size of a wallet, and can reflect back 90% of your body heat. Keep several in your bag and in your car. Medical preparedness is another area where people overspend. You don't need a surgical kit. You need the basics to stop bleeding and prevent infection. Visit a discount pharmacy and pick up bandages, gauze, rubbing alcohol, and over-the-counter pain relievers or allergy medications. If you take prescription medication, talk to your doctor about getting a bridge script for an extra 2-week supply, or simply try to refill your prescription as early as your insurance allows each month to slowly build a small buffer. Knowledge is again the multiplier here. Instead of buying a fancy kit, spend an afternoon watching free certified first aid training videos online. Knowing how to apply pressure to a wound or perform CPR is a skill that weighs nothing and costs nothing. Power and communication are often the first things to go. While a whole home generator is out of reach for many, a small portable power bank for your phone is an affordable investment, often found for under $15. This can keep your primary communication tool alive for several days if used sparingly. For news, a simple battery-powered AM/FM radio is essential. In a major disaster, local radio stations are often the only source of real-time information. You can frequently find these radios at thrift stores or yard sales for a couple of dollars. One of the most overlooked aspects of budget prepping is financial prepping. This sounds counterintuitive if money is tight, but it's vital. Try to save a small bills cash stash, even if it's just $20 in $1 and $5 bills hidden in your emergency kit. If the power is out, credit card machines won't work. In those moments, cash is king, and shopkeepers often won't have change for a $100 bill. Furthermore, take photos of your home and all your valuables today. If you ever need to file an insurance claim after a disaster, having photographic evidence on a digital cloud or a thumb drive is the difference between getting paid and getting rejected. Sanitation is the unsexy part of prepping that no one wants to talk about, but it's where people get sick during emergencies. If the water is off, don't flush the toilet. You can create a makeshift emergency toilet using a 5-gallon bucket, a trash bag, and some kitty litter or sawdust. It's inexpensive and prevents a secondary health crisis in your home. Stock up on bleach. It's cheap and has dual purposes, cleaning and, in extreme cases, purifying water. Just 5 drops of regular, unscented liquid bleach can make a gallon of clear water safe to drink after sitting for 30 minutes. Community is your greatest asset. Get to know your neighbors. You don't have to tell them you're prepping, but building a relationship means you know who has a chainsaw, who's a nurse, and who might need extra help. In a real emergency, neighborhoods that work together recover 10 times faster than those where everyone remains isolated. This social capital is entirely free and is more powerful than any piece of equipment you can buy. As you build your supplies, remember the rule of store what you eat and eat what you store. Rotate your food. Use the oldest cans first and replace them with new ones. This ensures your investment never goes to waste. Prepping isn't a one-time purchase. It's a lifestyle of mindfulness. It's about looking at your resources and asking, how can I make this last longer? Or what would I do if this wasn't available tomorrow? To wrap this up, don't feel overwhelmed. You don't need to be ready for the end of the world next Tuesday. Start small. This week, buy 1 extra gallon of water and 1 extra can of beans. Next week, print out your emergency contact list. The week after that, organize your old school bag into a go bag. Preparedness is a marathon, not a sprint. By taking these small, budget-conscious steps, you are moving from a position of fear to a position of power. You are ensuring that when the unexpected happens, you won't be a victim of circumstance, but a person with a plan. You have the power to protect yourself and your loved ones, and it starts with a single, affordable step today. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.